Previously on Youth Unmoderated Dialogues.
Let me say no one marries you. Will you leave the house?
No one is going to agree with you. Even me, if I have my own daughter, she cannot leave the house until she get married, and then I know where is she going and who is going to take care of her.
So, do you consider yourself now still being in the house of your parent? If answer is so, then what would be the time for you to leave the house?
Are you guys aware that the only people who are happy with that is only you boys? A mother will be worried of her daughter. When she reaches that age of 30, 35, 30 something, she'll be worried that maybe something is not right with her daughter. That is why she's not getting married.
Imagine at your age of 22, you're still asking socks. Imagine, how are you going to become a man?
Do you have to be like rich to leave the house? I mean, to leave the nest?
You have the temptation to be on your own. That's separation. That's separation, whether you can sugarcoat it in any way you want, but you're getting away from the norms and the values that can be kept together.
You can leave your home whatever the chance is be, but why? Exactly why? Are you going to study? Are you going to have a job? Are you going to get a family out? Okay.
Maybe your parents will be reminding you that, hey man, you are growing old. You have to leave my house. They won't tell you, they won't force you to leave, but they'll just be constant reminders. But man, you're now grown up. You should start looking for a way to leave my house.
If you stay at home, you're gonna be lazy. You need to go out of the nest, the house of your parents, so that you may be able to learn something. There are things you cannot learn while being with your parents.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to welcome you to the Youth Moderated Dialogues. And we are here to discuss about when is the right time to leave the nest or to leave home. My name is Tishime Mari. I'm a student and with the intention to become a TV producer. And my take on this will come after the introduction of others.
Thank you for joining us. My name is Christian Kwizera. I'm Rwandan of nationality. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. My name is Ryan Kirui, a Kenyan, and I hope we'll have an interactive session together and we'll learn more.
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Giselle and I'm a Congolese. Thank you.
I go by the name Gabriel Kamal Mahmoud, and I'm a South Sudanese, and it's a pleasure to be here.
My name is Ryan Abubakar. Thank you very much for inciting all of us here, and nice watching. I am from Sudan, and everything is going to be good. Thank you.
My name is Gashaija Bonel. I'm Rwandanese. Even if my name is from Uganda, Gashaija from Omushaija, but I'm a Rwandan. Thank you so much.
I think when it comes to this topic, it's broad, it's wide. So looking from the global perspective, it depends on the community you grew in, and depends on different factors that can impact your decision to leave home. I think on my side, as a part of a family, separation is not priority. Separation is not priority. I don't know how you see that perspective, but when you're there, you can strengthen the family more and then become a unit after. Like when you're to leave home, you can live. I think you can live as someone who will be a branch of the family, but before leaving, you have to raise your capacity. I see home as an incubator, where you can learn a lot of things, the values and the way that you can manage your own home. So when you leave earlier, sometimes different people tend to pick up things that differ from their culture and differ from their backgrounds. So that's my view on. That's just one point.
But according to me, all of us here, everyone have own opinion. I think this conversation will be like a debate, because maybe for me I could say it's necessary to leave home earlier because most of us, the youth, we need to get the challenges. We need to know how to handle the challenges. So for me, I think that to leave home earlier is the time, is the better thing, so that you need to make practice how you need to engage yourself, how to make decisions, so you know how to manage the tough times and the relaxing times. So when you leave home earlier, it makes you like to be a strong person. That's how I get it.
Okay, so I have a question to both of you. So how early is early and how later is later? Because we can say earlier and maybe that earlier is 40 years. And you can say later and maybe that later is 25 years. So how early is early and how late is late?
I think late, when I say, I don't view it in terms of age. I view it in a way that the capacity, the milestone of how you've seen how you grew, you've seen how the others were raised, and if there was any problem that happened that where the parents are not there, you have to be the one responsible. That's on the side of let me put it in a way that is more understandable. There's the son and there's the daughter. For the son, it's better for them to try to contribute to the family in terms of responsibilities and the obligations that involves protecting and contributing to the family, to the well-being of the family. So when you say facing challenges and like going out there to gain more experience about being alone, you see, I see that kind of separation as a gap, both emotionally and financially, because for a young professional who's still home, you can save, and then get out when you're at a certain maturity level that allows you to build your life even better than it could have been first. So let me use a simple metaphor. Observe a tree. A tree has the roots and a branch, a stem and the branches. The kids come as branches, but the roots are always in the lineage back. So when you separate, you tend to pick up different things that are going to come back to your family, in a way of see, the easiest way to say it is when you leave, you tend to pick up different things that are not needed to an extent. You see, my point is, as a part of the family, the point is not leaving the family. It's staying and making sure you contribute to the well-being of their.
For me, I think it depends on where you stand as a person, right? If let's say you you have the basic needs that you need to survive outside there. It's not a problem for you to, let's not say leave, but there is this word they say in business, like expansion, right? It's called if you are not going to expansion, like instead of you being like hey, I don't know how I can explain this point clearly, but you need to move out of your comfort zone, right? Because when you're with your parents, they tend to make things easier for you. But when you go outside the outside world, right, you learn to to learn you learn.
You need to have the ability of
Yeah.
solving those problems facing you out there, like house rent or any other thing. So you need to mean that you need to go out if you have the ability to handle all those problems which are waiting for you out there.
That's I'm not against him, and I'm not against anyone, right? What I'm saying is you have to be ready, and there's no particular time where you're going to say that you're ready to leave your parents or your nest, right? But if you have the needs and what's going to make you survive out there, because life is all about survival, and if you cannot survive a place in which you're put in, it means that you're probably gonna die, and that's the truth, bro. You're going to die. So if you have, like, for me, I have tried leaving my parents' house, and it was not easy, but I knew that I am outside here, but home it's more better, because there are people, let's say, I'm not against anyone, like I said. There are people who live in your parents' house, let's say, like the workers. They live better than you who's living outside there suffering. You understand? So if you're going to leave your parents' house, you must know that you're living to somewhere where you're going to be okay. Not, yeah.
But for me, I'm not agree. I can't accept that because according to that point, to leave your home and you go to find a way you can work, it doesn't mean that there's something you don't have you at home. So imagine it's even becoming a very big issue. Imagine a person over 18 years, maybe let's say 22, you are still at home. It's not bad, but something to leave home, it's just not a matter of finding money only. Maybe you can live at home to practice how you can be, maybe like to test yourself. How much am I problem solver? How can did I have ability to live in all those struggles?
See, remember, still in the family there are issues, there are challenges. They are the things you're facing outside alone. They are still there, but in a family home.
Imagine you are going to tell your mother, I need to buy socks. I need socks. Imagine at your age of 22, you're still asking socks. Imagine how are you going to become a man without even solving a problem of buying your own socks? You need to go and practice. You face the challenges. When you face the challenges, it doesn't mean that you are going to die. You are trying to practice how to become a better man. How you can it means that you are sharpening yourself so that you can pass through all those problems. If you live in a better life, you can survive. Even if it's not better, you can survive.
Yes, I buy with your idea what you are saying. Because if you stay at home, you're gonna be lazy. You need to go out of the nest, the house of your parents, so that you may be able to learn something. There are things you cannot learn while being with your parents. You need to test your capacities, and that will increase even your confidence. When you will see you have problem, you don't call your parents for that, and then you will say, "Oh, I was able to do so."
Let me say this. Like when we're leaving our parents' home, right? You have to know that if you're going to leave your parents' house, they must also be proud of you. Because there are some times where you leave your parents' house and you're leaving when there's a problem at home. You understand? And there are also times like most of us, let me say as a runner, right? My parent encourages me to get married, then go and create like my own home. When we talk about home, we're talking about a safe place, right? So where I can depend on my parents, and they can also depend on me. And if I'm going to leave my house, whereas there's I'm running away from problems at home, and then I go outside and suffer by myself, where by my parents, when I have a problem, I cannot even talk to them. Then that becomes an issue. There, it's not leaving home, it's escaping from home.
No, it's not just escaping. When you meet all those problems, you are sharpening yourself. Please. Maybe you can leave home because there is problems at home. But it doesn't mean that you are escaping from problems. You are going to find a way. You can solve your problems and that problem at home. It doesn't mean that you are going to leave home by escaping problems. You can leave home even to find a way of solving the problem. Thank you.
So all what you want is independence. It's not about a house. It's about mindset. That's what I think.
For me, I'm still viewing it. You have a fact actually, because people grow up in different communities, and according to how you said it, you're sharpened by the challenges you face and how you solve them through exposure when you're passing through it. Imagine now you're at home, the challenges now fall on your shoulders, but you have other people who got the care that you got when you're still in the nest. I mean, your siblings. Let me view it in a way that it's like interdependence. You're not targeting to be independent. You're targeting to be like a pillar in that family. You'll be like, if the parents, when they are there, they managed to educate me, to feed me, and if they didn't manage, I'm the one who will do it, but viewing it in a family way, not in an individual way. See, when you get a little bit aside, in my own point of view, when you get a little bit aside, you tend to detach emotionally, whereby you can find your siblings or your family members might be having issues which are serious. Maybe prison time, maybe they are sick, maybe they don't have financial stability to keep going, but you're there. As a man, you'll be facing the issue of others and trying to think wider for them to adapt to the way of life that is like, we are a family, we came from a lineage of, you see, getting back to the ancestors, how they started, how they built those communities, where the daughter is like, I have to be at home, and follow up with what my mother does, learn more from her. And if there's something like defects of character which can affect the kids from parents, when it's a toxic household, imagine that you can be the solution. You can the one to be to break that cycle. So I think the daughter can learn from the mom, and the son can learn from the dad. If they are not there, they can take those responsibilities and then be strong together.
So you are saying like there is no universal age where someone leaves the house, right?
Yes, just a milestone of capacity and being
so
able.
You're saying like they could leave the house anytime?
I'm saying you can leave the house anytime because you're an adult, you see? But you have a choice to stay or to go. Still, it's the same world. One way, you're in the family. Another way, you're outside, but the family is a little bit detached because you get in these economic pressures outside, and facing the economic pressures of this kind of, this era, it's better when you're home because you can support those who are there and you can even guide them or they can guide you. It's like a teamwork, but with blood-related, bond.
So look, I have another question. Yeah, do you have to be like rich to leave the house? I mean, to leave the nest. Do you have to? Is it a must to be rich to leave the house?
No, it's not a must.
It's not a must,
be,
right?
It's not a must to be rich to leave the house, but it's a must to be there until you're able to face the outside world. You're able to earn. You see, being there, imagine yourself as a whole unit, as a family. Being outside there, you whatever you do, you are a unit alone. As in you've detached. You're facing your own issues. You won't bother you won't bother solving your siblings or your parents' problems when you're outside. But it's better in building yourself.
For me, what I would advise is before you leave home, right? You go out when you're prepared, and like what I would tell you to prepare your first is get a job, right? Because you cannot leave your parents' house. Like I'm telling you by experience, you cannot leave your parents' house without a stable income. Like my brother said, you have to worry about rent, right? You have to feed yourself, and if you leave your parents' house without a job, a stable job, and a passive income, somewhere where you're going to get money, it means that it's the same as escaping home, right? So, if you are financially stable, I'm not saying rich, but if you have an income, then I don't see a problem why you cannot leave your parents' house and go and hustle outside and know how it's like. Because some of us be at the age of like 20, 23 and we're still depending on our parents. But if you have a job, I advise you go outside there and know how it's like to suffer and feel that pressure.
Okay, so I would like to agree and disagree with you on what you have said, because on all of you, because we have all agreed now that there's a time we have to leave home. Even the society expects us to leave home at some point. So we have all agreed that there's no universal age that we can say when we reach 30 we all have to leave home. But there's something, because the society also expects us that at one point we have to leave home. And I'm sure whenever we are, no one will tell you this, but there's that pressure. Maybe your parents will be reminding you that, hey man, you are growing old. You have to leave my house. They won't tell you. They won't force you to leave, but they'll just be constant reminders. But man, you're now grown up. You should start looking for a way to leave my house. Even ladies know this. She can testify to what I'm saying. That there's a point they are also being told that now it's the time. Now you have to look for your own home somewhere. So as much as we have agreed that there's no universal age to leave home, and my colleague has said that you have to be at least financially stable. You don't have to be rich. So my question is, what if you don't have a job? Maybe you've struggled, you've reached 40. You're still hustling here and there. You don't have that stable income. You go here today, you find job. After 1 month, it's over. You go to here to do some job. After 1 month, it's over. And you reach 40 maybe, and then as a lady, or let's say a lady at 40 now she gets a job. Okay, as a man maybe at around 50 now she gets a stable job where he or he can now work. So is that now the time we're going to leave home at 50? Because now at the time I'm financially stable.
I think this conversation is for the youth, because like
it's for the youth, yes, but it affects us. You go out there, you'll meet those youths that they don't have work, because we're not going to say that after campus you're going to get work. It doesn't work that way. The society out there doesn't work that way. You might finish campus, 5 years from campus you don't have work. 7 years from campus, you don't have that stable income. You're still hustling. You go here, you get a job for one month. You work, it gets over. You have to come back home because you can't support yourself out there. So what if it continues up to some later years? That's my question.
By supporting you, according to what you have said, to leave home, it doesn't mean that you have stable job or you have enough money. As I said, it's like a test to test yourself. Am I stable to pass through those problems? The reason, when you stay at home, you have data, you have food, you have everything. You not think that I need to get a job. But when you leave home, once landlord is coming that saying that I need money for this month, even if you don't have a job, when he say I gave you like 2 weeks, I know in 1 week you will find a job. Most of people leave their homes because maybe they want to test their self. Most of the us as youth, we always plan about our home, thinking about, am I stable to manage my home? Am I stable that I can marry a girl, then I fix all problems? Am I a man enough that I can make my new home with my wife? Did I have that capacity? Most of the people, they leave their home because they are thinking something like that. They say that, is it possible that I can get all those things without support of my parents? So you can even leave home without even knowing to do any work. But if you are going to suffer in that ghetto, if you see that the food is vanishing, I know. Even if you are weak, even if you don't have much energy, I know. You will even make all those harsh work. You will try to find the job because you have the pressure. The difference between people is how they act in problems. When you leave home earlier, you meet all those pressure, all those problems, and you practice how to handle when it comes to the tough time. Maybe let me take an example. When I grow at home until I marry without leaving the home, and another person used to live at home earlier, maybe like 20 years, our homes could be different according to the problems. When when the stock is vanishing to the someone who grew at home until marriage, it could be problems. Hustling, just it could be problems. But if someone leave home maybe at 20, meet all those struggles, and sharpened him, he could say, I already used to live in this moment before. I can't worry. I know. There is a time I used to live in the house. The time of Lent was already there. I was being asked to pay the house. The stock was not there. I used to pass all those struggles. I used to handle those problems. The way I used to do that is the way I'm going to do it right now. So there is no worry about the problems. But if you meet a problem at the first time, even your wife will say that, is this the man I marry? Oh, he's changing. How is he changing? Yeah, it could be like a surprises if you don't practice to pass through all those problems. It will be a problem when you meet them at the first time.
Actually, we've got a strong point because that's reality. That's how it is outside here. Imagine that the scenario you just talked about can happen when you're still in the nest, seeing your little sisters, your little brothers suffering with hunger. You see, you can see them when they're facing those challenges you're talking about, but your family, your people, they are facing it, and you're the man who can be the pillar who can work together with other men in the family to be strong, so that the stronger you get, you're not starting from like
Okay.
0-0.
It means that those young sisters at home, they are facing the problem of hunger, so need to suffer with them.
Let me tell you something. It's not about suffering with them.
Yeah.
It's about being man enough to work harder for not yourself only.
Yeah.
Your people, and looking at yourself, you see yourself as a part like the pillar. See the man who holds together a whole family.
Yeah.
You see, all those challenges you've talked about, the accommodation, the food, everything like they need. Why can't they groom the men in the family to grow up being like, other than me thinking to go outside there and challenge myself, as you said?
Okay, imagine.
The challenges are still there. It's still the same life.
No.
As you can face those challenges outside. See, when you say you find food on the table in a family, you find data, you get what and what you ask for parents, it's a sacrifice. What could keep them going on in their old ages, they are investing it in you. Imagine that investment, and you have the temptation to be on your own. That's separation. That's separation. Whether you can sugarcoat it in any way you want, but you're getting away from the norms and the values that can be kept together. That can I see together is stronger than alone, and the challenges don't go nowhere. And sharpening yourself to solve that is even better when you're viewing it in a familiar way, in a way you're like, your problem is my problem. You see, because we are blood related, and whatever you do, unless you don't want to be part of that ecosystem, that
imagine a stronger problem. The family is facing a problem of hunger, and now you are still there as another problem. Why can't you leave? But imagine, we are in the way. For us, we are youth. We are in the way of becoming the parents. Is it all right? Imagine you are a parent. You raised a boy since he was a young child, 1 year, paying school fees, trying to struggle to find food, buying clothes. 20 years, 25. You can think that, is this person going to be like me, or he's going to rest here until he dies? You need to leave all those problems. When you grow up, leave. Don't become the problem to the family, please. Leave the family, leave the problem, but don't be the problem to the family.
Okay, so before maybe wind up, my question is, what if in the family we don't have hunger issues? Will I stay? Will I stay at home because there's food? We don't have any struggles. We are good financially. We are rich. Let me say we are rich. So I should stay at home. I should not leave.
Yeah, where would you be going? Like many people go out of their house because they want to search for something which is like personal to them, because like maybe not all of us know how family things are like, but like imagine you have siblings of 5 and then your parent only has one house. So out of all, I'm talking about like as an African, right? We are Africans believe that we have to inherit things that come from our family, right? And you are a family of 5 children and your father only has one house, and you are there as the firstborn, with expecting that the house is going to come to you as a heritage. So I don't disagree with the fact that you have to leave your nest, but as you are going, you must know how you're leaving your your house at home, and you must also prepare, know where you're going. Because like there is this song, if you know that song Jerusalem, says wherever you're going, remember the way home, right? Because you might be going somewhere and then you forget home, how it's like. uh, my friend said that you have to know how your home is like, because like when you work together at home, that's when it's more easier, like to also, they can also help you when you're going outside. So what I would leave my question as someone who is saying that it's okay to leave earlier, right? Would you advise someone at the age of 18, 19 to leave his home and go outside there and hustle?
Actually, I want to add just some points to be clarifying. Sometimes, when you're talking about home, you're talking about safety, you're talking about a lot of stuff. Okay, sometimes when you say that you're going out or you're going to leave your house, it is sometimes maybe it will be mandatory to leave your house. Maybe you're going to another country to be studying abroad, like our situations. Okay, we're leaving our homes very early. Okay, we without any experience in life, sometimes even us, like I will not say like me or someone, I will point at someone. uh when you're actually talking about that stuff, you will actually know how the way of life is going. But otherwise, there is a lot of stuff that it must be discovered. But going back to home, if it is okay, I think that the people like should be uh, helping each other in home. You have to help your parents out to, even if you can, you can get a job and stay home. It is even better. You can get a job and stay your home. Otherwise, you can even like let your brother continue his education. Even you can let your parents retired, and you gonna live like happiest life in the world. But the problem now, what we are thinking, this use or our generation talks, sometimes they're telling you, oh no, I want to be like stable, I want to be like, oh, like this one, like that one, I want to be like, okay. Sometimes when we look to our thoughts, like we asking ourselves like, do we actually need that? Do we actually want to make like that step? Because sometimes when you ask yourself like, okay, you having a job, you having good stuff, stability in anything, you get your degree and you're stable, but it's still that you want to get out. Okay, so you want to get out, it's okay, no problem. What is the after going out? What is the goal of going out? Are you wanting to make families? Are you want like to marry? Are you want willing to get another job, like another place out of your city? A lot of things that maybe you can concern about. But what we're talking about now, actually, the our what we call our generation, he's actually, you want to just to copy. When you ask someone why you going outside, I say, I don't know. How you don't know? Like how you don't know? Like why you going out? This is the problem, actually. Okay, so concerning to what my friend here is saying is, you mandatory have to leave your home. Actually, I'm okay. I'm with you. At the same time, I'm against you, my friend, because when I want to leave my home, I have to be having a reason. Okay, when you make the issue of hunger, I can't just leave my home and just leave them and they, okay, I have to go to get job. But bro, you are in the same city, you have to get a job in the same city. You can just get house like any job in anywhere. After that, you can even stay with them and make able that things like to finish, like they get your hunger finished, your education finished, everything that you have to solve, to solve it. Okay, otherwise, you want to get out of the home, you will be experience more, that of course we're gonna know. Otherwise, you're gonna learn a lot of stuff. Okay, but in the same time, you have your parents. Okay, sometimes some people, we can say they're orphan, they lose their parents. I'm very sorry for that also. The main majority thing that I want to talk about it, Ryan, right now, is my point is, you can leave your home whatever the chances be, but why? Exactly why? Are you going to study? Are you going to have a job? Are you going to get a family out? Okay. If it is that, it is very, very good. And I'm also supporting that things. But if you want just to get because I don't like the way my mom talks, bro. Come on. How do you think that?
Actually,
Okay.
just made better. Like you elaborated on what I was talking about. See, if you're going for more knowledge, you're going to study. If you're going to be like right here, there's limits which are not letting me be able to expand, so that I can still carry out those responsibilities we talked about. Taking care of the family without being like it's my own home only. It's like where I'm from, and it's where my roots are, and it's where I'm going to build from. If you're going away to be like, I'm going to chase something like financial, I'm going to, it's a job that's far away. Yes, you're going. If it's a university which is far away, yes, you're going. But there's a reason, and there's still an attachment back home. So the problem, the issue that I was trying to show, it's like growing up with the intention to be like, I have to leave home, I have to leave home, I have to leave home. When you can be like, I'm part of the home, I have a lot of obligations here and responsibilities here, whether the situation is good or it's bad, but you're like, I'm here as a man. I have to make sure that whatever my dad did to have us as a family, I have to still do it when I'm like being groomed to carry out those responsibilities and then contribute to the community. But when you're to go, you can go with a reason. When there's no reason, I think you still have to be there, and you still have to be attached home.
Okay, about that, let me tell you something that maybe you know that. I want just gonna to remind you, okay? You know about our experience from my side, okay? The one that you leave your home, my friend, you are going very far away. You're going very, very far away. There is a lot of things that you're gonna happens. When you even come back home, and you will come back. No way. Like, this is your family, you can't be a part of them. When you come back, you will see that like everything is changed. Okay, like otherwise you're going like when you go out of your home like as you 18s 19 something like that, my friend. When you go back to home, you're gonna say there is a lot of things that have changed. Even your mind have changed. Like your parents, they will change, because like the emotional part is playing a lot of things. Otherwise, even now you're becoming a mature. Okay, you're becoming having more knowledge, more a lot of stuff, more experience. When they come to talk to you anymore, they will not come to talk to you as a son. They will come to talk to you as a partner of their family, of like a one of leadership is coming behind them. Okay, so in that point, actually, it is very good to leave home. And actually, from my side now, I want to say, I hope everyone who's going out of his home, he's packing safe, and also he make everything that is clear to him.
But according to that, for me, I can say that anytime you can leave home, because a wise man said, if you need long-lasting peace, prepare for the war. Is it alright? If you need long-lasting peace, prepare for the war. It doesn't require for a certain moment to happen so that you can live at home. It doesn't mean that there is something which is making you to leave home. It's like to prepare the war for long-lasting peace. It's to practice how you can pass through the problems. Maybe you can leave home without any problem. Maybe you can even reach there, then the parents say that, why can't you come back home? Why are you suffering like that? What's the problem? Maybe it can even happen, but you need to stay stronger. You need to fight the problems until you know or you are aware. You become friendly with the problems, because this world is always with problems. Problems will never end. So because we know the problems are there, we don't need to escape. if you need long-lasting peace, prepare for the war.
I think, as we're speaking about this point, I think we're looking at like a male perspective, right? Because like, um, I don't know how you feel, or I don't know if you have met this kind of people, or maybe let me say not say this kind of people, but the ladies who live by themselves. Like, how do you feel as a man when you date a lady that you know that she lives on her own at her house, she does work? And this is a question that I'm asking you as a man. And maybe the lady can tell us what she feels or how she thinks when she lives by herself. But for me as a man, I'm not very comfortable when it comes to dating women who live by themselves and I'm living with my parents. Cause like,
it means that you fear how confident she is.
No, it's not even about.
That's true. I know a lady who live in her house. She doesn't live with the parents. I know the confidence she have. The way, even if you can marry her, she can say, "Please respect me. If you don't want to do it in a peaceful way, I can do it in my way. So respect me. You know what I can. You can even not. You can. It means that you can respect her because you know what she can. Imagine that respect she got. It's different from that girl you get from home. You can say that if you bring problems here, I will leave you. You will suffer. I will send you back home. But that girl who used to pay the rent, she can say that I know. I already paid the rent. I know how to find money. Please respect me. I respect you. That's the process where even gender balance can occur.
Yeah.
That's where even gender balance can occur because you know she can do even what you can do. But if you bring a girl from home, you said that for you cannot manage your home. You cannot manage all these kids. If I leave you, you will suffer. Imagine, even if we come to the side of girls, a girl who didn't meet all those problems. Imagine your husband has died when you're a girl. The husband has died. You don't know how you can manage all those problems. Most of the girls, you see their potential when the husband is not there. So you can know the the ability of that
For me,
of that thing.
what I'm getting your point is you're going on the physical, right? Me, I'm talking about like the mental, the morals, right? For you, like before you leave home, right? There are some certain morals that you need to have for you to interact with people outside there, because we all know that people outside there are different from the people we live in, right? Like your brother can be angry with you today, tomorrow morning he's going to be laughing. But outside there, you meet different people from different backgrounds, right? And when you meet someone outside there, let's say for example, I meet a girl who's living by herself. She's independent. She lives by herself. Let me put it that way. If I'm going to interact with her, it's going to be different from a girl that I'm going to interact with that is living with her parents, because like she still got that moral blanket that's protecting her from what's outside there. And imagine if a woman is able to survive out there by herself and manage, and she's not with a man, right? Let's say to protect her, like we say, to protect her. What about you as a man, right? Who is going to protect you outside there if, let's say, a woman is able to fight and you know outside here you develop when you leave your house, there are some certain behaviors that you develop outside, and then sometimes you bring it to your house, then your parents will be like, where did you get this behavior? I did not teach you this. So imagine if you go outside there, then you develop some certain behaviors that you're not taught at home, while you could like
Do you know that much of the guys who smoke then they live at home? They Ewan, they smoke, they drink beer, since they live at home, even if the parents are the pastors, but they are also the Christians who live in the ghettos. So the manners cannot come because somebody live in his or her own house. Even manners does not depend on that, because even those guys who live with the parents, they used to be like smoking, drinking beer, and others.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad we have a lady here. Maybe she might give us her perspectives on how, when is the right time to leave the nest, on the lady's perspective. Because we have had, I think most of what we have had here is about, as a man, when is the right time to leave the nest. Maybe later on the ladies also will also tell us when is that time they feel it's time for them to leave the nest. So
Okay, thank you for the floor again. When is the right time to leave the home or the nest as a woman? I think it's not that different from men. When you feel like you are ready, when you know what you're going to build. Are you going for studies? Are you going to build a career, or you want just personal development? When you get an answer, then you are ready to leave.
So you want to tell me that okay, uh, even at 30, you can live. That is when you can leave the nest as a lady.
I didn't speak about age. It's not about age.
So okay, you might want to, like I've said, you have given us some of the reasons as to why you might want to leave the nest as a lady. You said something like personal development. So what if it's at 30 that you want to develop personally?
Then you leave.
You know, like in my point of view, I feel like sometimes like the society looks at ladies differently. Yeah,
Very
right?
different.
Obviously.
Yeah, cause like sometimes like they expect them to leave the nest earlier than the men, because let's talk about like the weddings and all that. Cause like let's talk about on the father's behalf, they expect like the to gain something after the lady, so they would, you know, like do their best to put her somewhere to get married to someone, compared to the man, right?
Yeah.
So I also feel like as a man, like to leave the nest is really necessary, because it really prepares you to what's ahead of you. Because like let's take for me for example, um, I'm the second born, and my brother left before me, and I've never been home in like 7 years so far, and I've been on my own. True, yeah, I'm still in touch with the family and all, but I know how life is, you know. Yeah, it really gets ugly sometimes, but it's also sweet at some point too. You feel me? Because you learn to make your own decisions. You learn to, you know, navigate with others, and it really opens a lot of opportunities to explore. So for me, I feel like there's no, you know, like universal time to leave the nest. When you feel you're ready, mature enough, you can fly away.
So if you feel ready and mature enough at 20, 22, you can leave. You can fly away.
Yeah, it's that easy. You feel me? As soon as you feel like I can do this, I can manage this, I'm man enough for it, you take off.
Actually, that's a good point of view. Very good, actually. But on my side, I still view it in a way that the farther you get, the more you get detached emotionally. If you're going to learn and grow, you know, it's good. But how are you living the homestead? If you're living it secure, well fed, nurtured, yes, you can fly away. It's okay. It's good.
That's true. That's true.
But whenever there are still some issues in those three parts, the basic needs are a little bit, you know. Okay, imagine, view it as a business. A team, when the teamwork is good, the revenue is, you know, the return on investment has, there's, you're confident that your team will perform well, and then money will come. View now see it in a family structure. In a family structure, when you see that everything is well stable, you can fly away.
But I want to disagree with you because I don't know if it's me only, but I've seen there's no time you can say there's no family issues. You can be fine for 1 week, then the next week you say mom is sick. Yeah, the problem is always there in the family. So you cannot say I'll leave when there's no problem in the family.
See, stability doesn't have to be like no problems totally. It's like,
So what stability are we talking about?
we are talking
What is
of
that stability you're talking about?
people capable of solving those problems are around and they are willing to solve those problems when, like, view it in a way of their issue, my issue. I fly away, it's like these things are, the basic needs are there, and if it's limited, you can see that there have to be a plan. That's why there's legacy. That's why our forefathers were like they have the way they lived. There's a way we found. There's culture we found. For those who were lucky to find themselves in a lineage. When as in Africa, I think when there's this ubuntu, like the togetherness. I think it comes from it was said to be from South Africa, but it's the whole of Africa. So that togetherness, doesn't go with geographical locations. It's the responsibility and the contribution that you're like obligated. You already know that whatever way, however it can be, I have to make sure in whatever part I'm in of the world, I'm in a network, a family network, where like everything that I can learn from outside, how I can grow, I'm still solving what's going on there. Okay, I'm just basing on attachment that's not unhealthy, a healthy attachment whereby you remember that you'll be on your own side as a man who will build his own family, but remembering that you're not starting from 0. There's a foundation. You have to contribute yourself. You'll have sons and daughters, they will contribute their own, and continuing viewing the legacy where like I'll contribute to my family so that my family can contribute to the whole community. You see, observe now, like a family of farmers, a family of merchants. Those people, if they stay in their business and then develop them, they will always serve the community as a win-win situation. That's just two sectors I told you about. They sell some things, others they farm. Those people need to eat, but that family that does that, if they keep it in a family, always you'll find that the branches will flourish, they'll have fruits. The branches are us and then our descendants. And then if you view it very well, there's this thing of individualism that's coming where you'll feel like you're alone. You're still in a family and you feel like you're alone. And I think it goes with the content we consume every day and what we watch. I'm generalizing because it's not everyone. But view it in a way of a family network whereby you're like, whereby if you need me for something, I'm at a certain level, I can help you, and then when I come, you can help me too because you have a means to help me. Some people paved the way, you're making it better, others will come passing through it, and then for the better of the society, each family can be stronger, and then the stronger they get, the better the community gets, the better the society gets.
Okay, that's a good very point. Okay, what we're talking about is the families. Families, as you know, like there is a lot of cultures, a lot of communities. Okay, like if we say we talk about Africa, there is Asia, there is another continent. Okay, when we're talking about what we raise, what we see about my side, I see a lot of people. We met a lot of families. The way of thought actually it is the same, almost the same. When you leave the house, that means you're living for purpose. You're living for something that you didn't find it in your home. We can't say that you didn't find education in your home, but maybe the distance that let you find, like us now. We are here in Rwanda. We are in university and we are studying here. We can't say, oh, I didn't get like in my home, like we don't have like universities. No, we have, but the distance comes here. Otherwise, all the things that we're talking about is it is necessary to go out when you feel that the time is, maybe it is 18 years old, 17s, 21. Okay, it is not about the age. It is about the reason, and also about how you're gonna make it. Okay, like if you just already go outside, how are you gonna make it? Are you able to get a home? Are you able to get your educational finish and your degree and you come back home, or no, you are like thought about after getting your degree also you not come back home? Okay, in this point also there is another talk, what you're talking about.
That's why this is like, I think this is one of the biggest problem among youth, right? Because like not not all of us want to leave our home, and some of us want to leave our homes, and then it becomes an issue. Because like I'm not going to ask advice from someone who doesn't want to leave home when I want to leave home. Like for example, I would ask advice from my brother there, how it's like to leave home, but then I don't find him. I find my brother here. I'm not saying that I don't know his situation, right? But from the points that he's giving and from the points that he's giving, like let's say I'm someone who's thinking about leaving home, right?
Okay.
Like what would be the best advice, like for me who's looking for a way for this type of question?
For that type of question you got to answer yourself, like, okay, you get in, for example, you're getting to get married, let's say, as simple as that. Okay, the way that you're talking about, or the way that you want to find your peace out of your home, actually it will not, or maybe it will come, but after a lot of things. You're gonna go out, you will discover a lot of things, you are going to see the new world by your eyes, because before that you was seeing by your family eyes, how you're getting the things inside, how the education it was very smooth. When you get in primary, you having your parents, they coming with you. You getting the high school, you getting, yeah, like when you get high school, it is the funny thing that you think that the life after high school is gonna be better, but in the same time you don't know that it's gonna smash you, actually. Okay, the way that you're talking about right now, as Gabriel, my friend Gabriel said, it is actually depends on the situation, but it is necessary. It is in the end of our talk, it is necessary to get out, but the time it depends on the person. You getting married now, okay, you can leave now, you can go and depend on yourself, and you see forward what you're going to do in life in the future. Maybe you're going to marry like in the few years. Okay, you can get out, some few month, come back, discovers, in the same time we don't have to say forget about stability. It is necessary to have stability in financial stability, even mental. Sometimes, when people get out of their home, they get depressed, just simple as that. Like imagine you're getting out of your home, out of your country, a new country. After that you're getting depressed, you're getting some problems, you're getting out drinks, alcohol, you want to forget the stuff, and that make you have a long problems. That's why, like, some people, it is better for them not to leave, because when they get out they're getting more problems. This is my point about what you're talking about.
Okay, maybe before I see Giselle is preparing to speak. Maybe before I speak, I can see time is moving. So, as a parting shot, I would like all of us to give at least some maybe 5 seconds. Take 5 seconds to give us your parting shot as we end the session on when is the right time to leave the nest. We can start from our friend over there as we come.
For me, what I can say about the best time to leave the nest, maybe as others says, for the fathers, you can. I cannot say that Hash Hash those people to leave the home, but it requires to be mentally stable. Don't rush to leave the nest because maybe you need to act as you want. So try to think about that. Am I capable of solving those problems? Maybe you can leave the nest where you think that you are going to handle. Then it become problems and problems. You can even lose the way how you can come back home. So you need to be careful before you leave the nest. And it doesn't mean that let's stay at home because we need to be man enough to pass through the problems. So we need to be careful before you do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
My point or my last point as a 21 years old who's going far away from his family for a long time. Actually, it is necessary and sometimes and it is very harmful at the same time when you're talking about leaving the nurse. The good way or the good point that we are going to be more socialized or more stability for thinking and you having like a lot of things that you're gonna do. And my point is, yeah, it is necessary and more it is being in the same of early age, it will gonna be better and you're gonna be more mature. Thank you.
So it's actually like good to leave the nest, but you really have to do that when you are matured enough, your finances are right, and the most important part is like you have to leave the nest with with the purpose. You know, you just don't walk out and you think everything's gonna be all right. Life is really messed up, so trust me, if you just go out without a purpose, you're gonna live to regret it.
I think that before asking yourself when is the right time to leave the nest or the home, you need first to ask yourself why do you want to leave? And after you may think about when. And when, the answer is when you're ready, as they said, financially, emotionally. I'd like also to add that when you leave the home, it's not like you are flying. You are not separating yourself, but you are there and you need to maintain communication with your siblings and your parents. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think what my colleagues have said, it's they're giving out valid points, and I don't think there's so much to add, but to agree with what they're saying, because leaving your nest, as like we all know, like every other animal in the animal kingdom has to leave the nest of its parent, no matter like some have got different leave at a different age. Some as immediately as they're born, they just leave their nest. But as human beings, we have social 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 beings that control how we live outside there, and we can't just leave. That's why there are factors that we have to maintain before leaving our nest. Just like the points that my colleagues have said, I think you must be prepared for the journey that you're about to embark.
I would like to thank you all because I've learned a lot from you, and I think preparation when it meets the when you get to where you have to be on your own, I mean with your family, you have to be at a certain level of mental capacity and you have to be at a certain level of financial stability. But viewing it in a legacy perspective, being like, what did I find here? Where am I living? How am I contributing? How am I living to serve? Wherever you can go in the world with that attachment in your heart, it will keep the like family first, family forever. And whenever you're willing to, when you feel obligated to do that, you'll do your best. You'll do your best, and you can survive anywhere in the world. That's my take on this.
Okay, thank you all so much. The question was, when is the right time to leave the nest? And we have seen a lot of views on this topic. We can debate the whole day, the whole night, and maybe we might not finish because it's a universal topic. It affects all of us. It affects not only human beings, as my colleague has said, all of us in this world. One day we'll have to leave the nest. So that I think we have heard what we've discussed here, and we hope that maybe when we continue many episodes of Youth Unmoderated Dialogues, you'll be able to join us. So that was all for today. May God bless you, and maybe one day and next time we hope you join us so that we continued many more topics to discuss. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And also, don't forget to watch another episode, and also shout out for everyone that's listening, and see you next time. Thank you very much.